Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Um, Here I have it on the CBS News clip here. Um, Sonya Massey in Illinois, I believe, in Illinois. If you haven't already heard, um, was shot and unalived in her home by a police officer. I was going to play the video clip, the actual footage, but out of respect for the family, I really don't want to do that because I know they don't want content creators. I don't think they want content creators to keep playing the footage over and over. I just, you know, I was going to play the footage of the actual video from the body cam, but out of respect for the family, I don't want to do that. But I'll just tell you what happened. I'm sure that you've already heard. She called the police because she was concerned about a possible intruder. She had heard some noise, just like any of us. If we hear something or see something suspicious or whatever, she called the police out of concern that someone might have been lurking around her house. And the police came and they talked to her initially. Talked to her. I mean, the camera footage is on here. I just don't want to show it. They talked to her at first, initially, at the front door and everything. They said they searched all around the house, and you see on the body cam that they searched all around the house and everything. And they told her that they had searched around the house. This a typical. At first, it seems like a typical police call where they say, "Well, we searched around the house and all that kind of stuff." And she even told them that she loved them in the beginning of the video. That's the part that grinds me. She even told them that she loved them in the beginning of the video. And then somehow, I was looking at the footage, and I don't not exactly clear as to why they felt like they needed to go inside of the house because she was about to. They were about to leave, and then I don't know. I guess I have to actually go back and look at it. But somehow they winded up in her house, and she had a pot of boiling water on the stove. At first, she was sitting down. He was asking for her ID, and so she was looking through her bag and whatever for some type of document, and she was sitting on the couch. Because when you come into the house, there's the living room, then there's the kitchen. It's like an open floor concept. It's like literally an open floor concept. When you come into the house, there's the living room, and then there's the counter, separating the living room and the kitchen, and there's the kitchen. You can see the kitchen from the living room. It's literally an open floor concept type house. So she went into the kitchen. She had a pot of boiling water on the stove, and he told her she needed to take that off or whatever like that so that it doesn't catch fire. And then she said, she told him, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And she must have picked up a bad spirit with him. For her to say that, she must have picked up a bad spirit with that police officer. They suspected that she might have had some mental health issues, but come on, they're always assuming things when it comes to us black people. And the police officer told her to take the pot off the stove. He told her to take the pot off the stove. So she went to take the pot off the stove, and somehow between her trying to take the pot off the stove, she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And when she said that, he took out his gun, and he said, "I'm gonna shoot you in the head." And next thing you know, he shot her in the head. He shot her in the head, and then he on there cussing and going on and everything, calling her the B word and all this kind of stuff. And they didn't try to do nothing. She laying on the floor bleeding in the kitchen. They didn't try to do nothing to save her. The other cop said, "Well, let's get our kit, our med kit." He said, "Well, no, she's obviously she's gonna be gone or whatever. She's gone." And he cussing and going on and calling her the B word and all this kind of stuff. That cop was straight up racist. Hold on, just a sec. Now here's Ben Crump with her family. I'm so happy that they have him on the case. They got Ben Crump on there, um, and there's her family, and they're doing a press conference. But I'm going to show you this piece of trash. Hold on. Sean Grayson is his name. Sean Grayson. He went between several police departments, uh, Pawnee and Kincaid police departments. Yeah, he went between different police departments and everything. He got accused of a DUI. All this, I don't even know why this piece of trash was on the. Why was this piece of trash even on the police force? Why was he on the police force? This is what I'm not on, and that's the same question that Ben Crump is trying to pose. Why was this man even on the police force? Why was he on the police force when he had this kind of a history? He had a DUI. He was bouncing from different police uh departments, and I mean, why was this man even on the force? Why was this trash even on the force? Here it says he's charged twice with driving under the influence of alcohol. Plead guilty both times. And they let this piece of trash on the force. That's her family. So that's what I'm not understanding why this man did this. The only thing I can come up with is that he's a racist. They let these racist police officers on these police forces uh, all over the country. He had absolutely no reason to shoot her. He had no reason to shoot her at all. She wasn't doing anything. He talking about, I thought she would. And then he, if it wasn't for that body cam, he would have told her. He told a bold faced lie and said, well, she was gonna throw the water at me. No, she wasn't. She wasn't gonna throw that water at him. He assumed that she was gonna throw the water at him. He told her to put it down. She was trying to put the pot in the sink. And she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She picked up a bad spirit with him. That's what it was. She picked up a bad spirit. And that was her instincts telling her something was wrong. And then he shot her dead in the face. He shot her dead in the face. And then they just left her there. They just left her there to die. They just left her laying on the floor to die. So I pray that this family gets justice. I pray that they get justice. And I pray that, because sometimes even when they lock him up, they don't get a whole lot of time. I pray that he gets the time that he's supposed to get. He needs life imprisonment. Because there was absolutely no reason for him to shoot Sonya Massey. There was absolutely no reason for him to shoot and unalive her. It was absolutely no reason for him. And then they left her laying on the floor to die. Didn't try to do nothing to help her. Didn't try to do nothing to help her get off the floor. Didn't so ambulance took a little sweet time getting there. The other cop said, well, let's get our med kit. Well, she about gone now. He didn't even want to do nothing to help her. And then he was cussing and going on and calling her B word and all this kind of stuff. See, this is how they treat our people. Black people, wake up. This is how they treat our people. They keep doing this over and over and over again. Now, I wonder, now they say they are marching over there. They are marching. But this is how they do our people. And now this is happening to black women. Happens to black men, now it's happening to black women. He had absolutely no reason to shoot this and murder and unalive this woman. He had no reason to do it. We can't call the police now? We can't call the police. Calling the police while black. She called the police because she was concerned about a possible intruder around her house. And then they kept asking her about a black car that was in her driveway. She had a black car in her driveway, and they kept asking about the car. Whose car is that? She said, it's not mine. They kept asking her about the car over and over, like they were treating her like she was suspicious. You know how they do. They always think we up to no good. And what I'm not understanding is, like I said, at first they talked to her at the door, and they were going to leave, and she said, "I love you." Told them she loved them, and then somehow they winded up in her house. I'm like, I gotta go. Actually, have to watch it again. They somehow winded up in her house, and if it wasn't for that body cam on that other police officer, he would have sat up there and lied. That's what her father said in his press conference. If it wasn't for that body cam, that piece of trash would have sat up there and lied. He would have told a bold-faced lie. But this is what they're doing to our people. Black people need to wake up. Wake up, black people. We so busy fighting each other. We so busy with this gender war crap. We so busy against each other. And this is what they're doing to our people. How many more of our people have to die at the hands of the police before we wake up? Before we wake up and start unifying and having more love amongst each other? How many are people gonna have to die? How many black men and women gonna have to die before we wake up? Our people need to wake up. Black people need to wake up and stop all this gender war crap and all this stuff that we got going on within our own community. Because this is what they're doing to our people. This is what they're doing to our people. Our people need to wake up. Just like they did Sandra Bland. Just like they unalived her. And she didn't get the justice she deserved. See, black women really don't get justice. A black man will get justice before a black woman. See, they unalived her. He didn't have absolutely no reason to shoot and unalive her in her own home. He had absolutely no reason to do that. That piece of trash was a racist. He was a racist. And they need to lock him up for the rest of his entire life. And I'm just going to see how much time he gets. But if it wouldn't have been for that body cam, they would have swept it under the carpet. They would have swept it right under the carpet. And she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She picked up a bad spirit with him. That's what happened. She picked up a bad spirit with him. That was her instincts. That was God telling her something. And she tried to duck. And he shot her. She tried to dodge the bullet, but he shot her. He shot her down. You wouldn't do a dog like that. And then they just let her lay on the floor to die. Without trying to do nothing to help her, without trying to stop the bleeding or nothing. Then they took the ambulance their little sweet time to get there. And she didn't make it. And now she's got children that don't have a mother anymore. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. How many of our people black men and women, gonna have to die before we get it, before we wake up as a people? Stop being against each other. What is it gonna take? I'm so glad that Ben Crump is on this case. I'm so glad he's on this case. And I pray that this family gets justice. I pray that this man gets the time. Don't be trying to slap him on the wrist. They need to put him in jail for life. Because that was straight up, and he already had a record. He didn't even have no business on the police department. He didn't have no business on the police force. He should have never been on the police force in the first place. But, that white male privilege, we all know what that is. That white male privilege. He didn't have no business on the force in the first place. He's a straight up racist. Then he was gonna sit up there and tell a bold faced lie. If it wasn't for that body cam, he would have weaseled his way out of it. You see how they do us? You see how they do our people? We can't even call the police without getting shot. A typical, she was concerned about some possible intruders around her house. And how in the world does it end up with her being unalived? How did it end up like that? Well, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. You can go look at the footage. Like I said, out of respect for the family, I don't want to play the footage on here. But I pray that Sonya Massey's family get justice. I pray that they get justice, and my prayers and condolences go out to her family. This is really, really sad. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing about this. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about our black men and women getting unalived by the police. I'm getting so sick and tired of hearing this. And then they try to sweep it under the carpet. I'm just getting sick of it. I am sick of it. I'm over it. So let me know, you guys have seen that footage. What are your thoughts on it? What do you think about it? No black women bashing in my comment section. You know that, or you will be blocked. And let me know what your thoughts are on this. This is terrible. This is horrible. My heart and prayers go out to her family, and condolences go out to her family. This is sad. Hit me up, let me know what you guys think. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Until the next video, be blessed and stay safe out there.